What's up, guys? It's Michael from the Pokemon Connection here, and I'm just uploading a video, a little montage of some battles I did on Pokemon Online. If you don't know what Pokemon Online is, it's essentially a computer program that you can make teams and battle people. Basically, the purpose is to test out teams before you actually spend time making them in-game. Anyway, so before I get to the video, I'd just like to quickly say something about the top 10 video I released. This is the previous video that I released before this. It was called the top 10 best extra features in Pokemon. And I mentioned in it the Poketch, which is the little watch you get in Diamond and Pearl on the touchscreen. Except before the video, I was trying to remember what it was actually called, because I was just kind of having a moment. I couldn't remember for some reason. It was just kind of slipped my mind. And so I went on Google really quickly, and I just Googled watch in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And of course, the first thing that came up was the Bulbapedia page, which said Poketch. But I glanced at it quickly. I barely looked at it. And I, for whatever reason, just read Poketech. And then I said that in the video. And then right after I uploaded the video, I was like, oh, crap. It's not Poketech, it's Poketch. And I don't know, so that's why I did that. Anyway, so yeah, let's get right into it. Alrighty, so first up here, we are battling this guy. His name is Mirmortal, and I sent out Gliscor, and he goes for an Ice Beam right away, just takes me right out. So I go into Fortress, expecting another Ice Beam from the Genesect here, and he goes for another Ice Beam, doesn't kill me, but it freezes me. It's some bad luck there. So I go ahead, and I was going to switch, but then I just decide to instead just kind of wait out the freeze. He kills me, whatever. At least I don't lose a turn. So I put in Jolteon, and I go for a Thunderbolt. And he switches into Golurk, so of course, ground type. Thunderbolt doesn't hit. I go into Gyarados. And I D-Dance once, and then use Earthquake and just take him right out. Now I go for a Waterfall against this Absol. It gets me down to pretty low health, but I kill it before it can get me. And he sends in the Cryogonal, and I go for a Stone Edge because it's Ice type to get some super effectiveness in there. Take that out too. So at least if Gyarados is going down, I'm taking some guys down with it. I go for Stone Edge again. It uses protects from the Stone Edge, then has a speed boost and gets Air Slash before I can attack again and kills Gyarados. So then I put in Jolteon and go for a Thunderbolt on the Yanmega, and it uses Hidden Power and gets me pretty low, but I take it out. And he sends in Genesect now, who, of course, is going to instantly kill my Celebi with Bug Buzz, so I put in Haxorus to revenge kill this thing. I know it has Ice Beam. He actually switches into Golurk, and I use the Earthquake, which doesn't do that much to Golurk, but I end up taking it out in the end. He goes back into Genesect. Of course, I'm awaiting the Ice Beam here, but I'm Scarfed, so my Earthquake at least gets a hit in before it completely destroys me. So now I go for the Thunderbolt to finish off the battle. And sorry, I just skipped this battle. Some stuff going on there. He actually ended up leaving halfway through the battle, so I cut it out. Anyway, next up is Blazed. I decided to lead off with Gliscor. He leads off with a Politoed. Gets the Drizzle in right away. I immediately switch to Gyarados because of that Drizzle. I get Ice Beamed. I D-Dance once. It uses Perish Song, which kind of pissed me off. I D-Danced again. Then used Earthquake, which did not get anywhere near killing the Fortress. Kind of sucked, so I switched out before Perish Song killed me. He went for a Stealth Rock, and then a Spikes, so I, of course, used Taunt to get him to stop using those. I go for my own Stealth Rock. He, of course, sends in Vaporeon there, uses Ice Beam to take Gliscor out. I go into Fortress and go for the Rapid Spin. He sends in his Starmie, and he goes for the Thunder. I go for Toxic Spikes. He goes for Rapid Spin. I go for Toxic Spikes again. He takes me out with Surf. So I go into Jolteon now, and I use Shadow Ball just in case he switches to a Ground type. That way it's super effective against Starmie, but it'll still affect a Ground type. He switches into Fortress now, and I just go for a switch here into... One sec, this is post-recorded. I think I go into... Yeah, Gyarados. And, of course, I Dragon Dance, try to set up on this Fortress. He's using Spikes a whole bunch of times, so I don't even get to kill him. And I put in Haxorus for the revenge kill here, which doesn't kill him. It's pretty brutal. So now he's got Scizor in. I'm using Brick Break, and I'm Choice. That's all I can use. He, of course, goes for Swords Dance, takes me out. And now I'm down to Celebi and Jolteon. Jolteon goes in. He uses Superpower. Jolteon's down. Celebi goes in. Leaf Storm, he goes Roost. I just realized there's no hope of me winning this battle, so I actually leave there. I got absolutely destroyed. So next up is Athanatos, and I lead off with actually Jolteon here, because I figured he would lead with this Xatu. So right away, I go for the Thunderbolt just to take out the Xatu. Or sorry, not Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball. Because, again, that lightning super effective on the whole ground thing in case he switches. So Shadow Ball kills the Xatu right away. And he's saying, like, his importance is gone or something. So I'm thinking he's just going to give up the battle right now. I'm like, no, come on. I'm like, sorry, man. We have a little conversation here for a couple seconds. I tried to speed this up. Sorry, guys. Basically, he's like, it's cool. I need to learn how to build a decent team. I'm like, no worries. Can we finish the battle anyway? And I'm like waiting here, hoping desperately that he doesn't leave. And he's like, oh, of course, I'm not done yet. I'm like, alrighty. He's like, I'm just saying. Anyway, so he sends in Toxicroak now. And I immediately switch here when I see the Toxicroak. I go into Gliscor, and I use Earthquake right away. I could have set up with Stealth Rocks, but I just decided to take this Toxicroak out while I could. Get rid of it. It goes for the Ice Punch, which thankfully doesn't kill me. And he freaks out that I have Earthquake, I guess. Oh, no, maybe that I have Black Sludge. I don't know. Anyway, he basically puts in Salamence now. Earthquake doesn't have an effect. I put in Fortress, and it D-dances, so I'm freaking out right now. So, like, I'm scared. I go for the Gyro Ball just to, because obviously its speed is quite different from mine there. So I switch into Haxorus for the revenge kill here. Hopefully he's faster, he's Scarfed. He switches into a Chansey, which I didn't quite get because I thought Chanseys were a special defensive wall. So I go for a couple Dragon Claws on this. It uses Toxic, but it misses. Thank God. That was lucky. And I take out the Chansey. So he's kind of getting frustrated now. I've still got Haxorus in here. And he is deciding what he's going to do for the switch. He puts in a Gyarados. I'm expecting the D-Dance, so I immediately switch into Jolteon just to take him out as quickly as I can. I get in the Thunderbolt, and he's gone. Just forgot about the speed on the Jolteon. I love my Jolteon. So he sends in Toxicroak to take out Jolteon. Goes for the Sucker Punch, but I get him anyway in the end. And now Salamence is in, which thankfully I am also super effective against. And finally, Rhinoculus, whatever it's called there. I use the Thunderbolt and take it out to end the battle. Alright, so trying to find a match here. By the way, what I did in this video is I actually recorded it all without any voice, and then sped it up all times 2, and then post-narrated. Anyway, so I'm facing OMG, and I basically am kind of deciding what to lead with here. I end up going for Gliscor. I immediately use Taunt, expecting the Swords Dance from his Caesar. And then I try to use Toxic for some reason. I don't know why I did that. I wasn't really thinking. Anyway, I go for the Stealth Rock, and he U-turns into a Rotom here. And so I go for a switch, and I actually switch into Jolteon here. Oh, sorry about that. I thought I would switch again, post-narrated. Anyway, he goes for a Hydro Pump. I go for Shadow Ball, which did Jack, and I basically go for a switch here. Nope. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. That was I gotta wait. Anyway, I go for a switch into Fortress. He uses Hydro Pump, takes out Fortress, which really sucks. So I'm panicking here. I put Jolteon back in, go for the Thunderbolt instead, which did a lot more than Shadow Ball. I thought maybe it wouldn't do a lot because he's part electric type. Anyway, I go into Celebi and take him out with Leaf Storm. He puts in Latios here, who takes a little bit of damage from Stealth Rock. I'm kind of thinking about what to do here. I decide to go for a Thunder Wave. He goes for an Ice Beam, takes out a little more than half my health. I use Recover. He's paralyzed. He can't move. I was really happy about that. So I decided to try to go for Psychic. That didn't do much. I go Recover again. He keeps using Ice Beam. I keep using Recover. I die there. And now I decide I'm going to go for the Revenge Kill with Haxorus. I'm debating between Outrage and Dragon Claw. Eventually go for Outrage. And he sends in Gliscor here. I, of course, have to use Outrage again. And he uses Earthquake, gets a crit, and kills me, which really sucked. So I decide to go for Gyarados now. And basically, I use Waterfall, and I get a crit, which made me happy. He sends out Caesar. And I go for an Earthquake. He, of course, uses Swords Dance. He goes Bullet Punch, and I get Earthquake and kill him. And now he sends in Ferrothorn. and I basically just use Earthquake, and he uses Power Whip and kills me. So now I've got Gliscor in here, and Ferrothorn tried to use Thunder. It has no effect. I use Earthquake. He's using Power Whip. I use Earthquake. He uses Power Whip. He uses Self-Destruct and does not kill me. This guy's got a Volcarona left. He takes half his health out from Stealth Rocks. So I'm getting excited now. I'm like, oh my god, I can actually win this if I get the Earthquake in here. It's going to kill him. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh crap, because I thought I was going to lose for sure. Anyway, so he's got his Volcarona here, and he's actually kind of taking a while to make his turn here. I thought maybe I was having a connection issue or something, like my Wi-Fi was like messed up or something like that. So I'm kind of like, well, what's going on, right? I'm kind of wondering why this is happening. So I'm just kind of sitting here and waiting. I'm like, let go. And this is sped up ×2, so you can believe this was taking quite a long time at the time of recording. Yeah, so he's just taking his time here to decide what to do for the final move, because I guess he knows if I get a hit in, he's going to be dead. So I actually go on Google right here and just check to see if my connection was the problem or not. But the search went through, so it worked. He uses Fire Blast and gets a crit and kills me. And that was pretty anticlimactic. So I lead off with Gliscor here. He leads off with an Infernape. And I use Earthquake right away just to take him out. But, of course, he's got the Sash going. I'm assuming, I think. Oh, no, he doesn't have the Sash going. Does he? I don't know. Anyway, he goes for a Fire Blast. And it misses, and I get the Earthquake in to take him out. And that was friggin' awesome. So, yeah, he's deciding what to do for the switch here. While I patiently await, he brings out the Dragon Knight. And I'm kind of deciding what to do here. I actually decided to stay in with Gliscor. He uses Outrage and gets a crit, which really sucks. But I got my rocks in, so that felt good. And I decided to go to Gyarados here. He uses Outrage and basically almost kills me, which really sucked. Gyarados gets killed, and I'm, again, kind of deciding what to do here. I go for the revenge kill with Haxorus, use Dragon Claw, wait for him to make his move. I'm anticipating a switch here, which came. Basically, I took out about half his health there. I go into Fortress because I knew the Ice Beam was coming. I use Gyro Ball, and he's taking his time. Switches into Starmie. Gyro Ball's not very effective, doesn't do that much damage. And I switch into Gliscor, basically just as death fodder, so I get a free switch. And put in Jolteon here with, of course, the Shadow Ball. Oh, no, sorry, I went Thunderbolt there. My bad. And he switches into Gengar, which Thunderbolt ends up killing anyway, which is pretty awesome. He sends in the Scizor, goes for the Bullet Punch. I go for the Thunderbolt on Scizor, which is an instant kill right there. And he puts in Dragonite. I go for Thunderbolt and Dragonite, and Jolteon is just sweep. So he switches in Porygon Z. I go for Thunderbolt. Porygon Z uses Ice Beam, almost kills me. So I switch into Fortress, anticipating another Ice Beam, which comes. It's not very effective. He uses Ice Beam again. I go for the Gyro Ball. Doesn't do that much damage. He goes for Thunderbolt. I use Toxic Spikes. He goes for Thunderbolt again and gets a crit and kills me. So I decide to go into Jolteon. It just gets killed by Stealth Rocks. So I go to Celebi here. I go for a Leaf Storm. Porygon's almost dead, but he uses Recover, which really sucks. I go for Leaf Storm again. He's almost at full health now from Recover. I go for a Thunder Wave. He uses Recover, and it fails. I go for a Leaf Storm, get a crit, almost take him out. He uses Ice Beam, and I go for a Leaf Storm to take him out. That crit was really lucky. That helped a lot. He switches into Starmie. Goes for a Recover. I go for a Leaf Storm. It's super effective. Doesn't kill him, though. I put in Haxorus for the revenge kill. I got to kill him right here just because I'm figuring he has Ice Beam and take him out for the win. Next up is TBA Taurus. I lead off with Gliscor. He leads off with the Volcarona. And right away, Earthquake to take out 50% of its health. He goes for Bug Buzz, gets a crit, and takes out Gliscor, which is really unfortunate. So I go into Jolteon here, try to go for Thunderbolt, and nothing. I probably should have gone into Gyarados in hindsight first. I don't know why I didn't. Anyway, he goes for Hidden Power, takes him out right away. He is just sweeping me here. I go for Haxorus, hopefully to get something. He gets the Bug Buzz, takes out Haxorus in one shot. So I go for Celebi here. He goes for Bug Buzz, takes him out in one shot. He's now basically almost dead from the Life Orb. I put in Fortress. Just hang on, use Gyro Ball to take him out. Finally. So now it's 5-0, and he wins. That was a brutal battle for me. Now we're up against R3 Docs, X3, and I'm kind of deciding what to lead with here. I go for the Gliscor. He sends out Lucario. I'm taunting. I was debating on taunting because I thought he would use Swords Dance. I went for Earthquake anyway. He did use Swords Dance. Went for Extreme Speed. Got a crit. I took him out with Earthquake, but Gliscor's almost dead. So he now switches into his Kickley, his Hitmonlee here. Kickley was the nickname. I go for the... Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, I was reading the past check. He goes for high jump kick and kills Gliscor, which really sucks. So I put in Gyarados, and I start D-dancing. He puts in Jirachi, and so I just go for the Earthquake right away to take this thing out, because I'm assuming he's going to try paraflinching me. And then I basically use Earthquake on this Riolu, and I'm like, why do you have a Riolu? And I've never seen this before, but he uses Circle Throw and Copycat, and he starts doing this thing on me, this Circle Throw thing, and I'm not too familiar with the Black and White metagame, and he's the Gen 5 stuff. Anyway, he keeps using this on me and just switching all my Pokemon before I can attack and damaging them. And I was so frustrated. I was going crazy. I was like, what? How am I supposed to beat this? I'm freaking out. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. This guy's Riolu is just like, I'm frustrated here in the chat. He's all happy. He's getting cocky. He keeps circle throwing me. I'm just frustrated as hell. He's like, OP? I said, how am I supposed to beat this? I don't get it, and I'm just confused here. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the Gen 5 metagame. I stopped doing online battles for quite a while when Gen 5 came out. Anyway, so I actually go on Google here, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, like Circle Throw Riolu. I'm like, how do I beat this thing? Like, there's got to be some kind of a counter. So I'm like looking through here. I'm desperately, like, frantically looking through here. I have no idea. Like, I'm just frustrated as hell with this Riolu thing. He goes, I love it. I'm like, what do I do, LMAO? He goes, surrender as long as you can. He's just copycat circle throwing. I'm freaking out still. And finally, he actually misses, and I went for Earthquake. And I freak out. He's like, it don't hits all the time, which his grammar was a bit off there. Anyway, he goes for the High Dragon switch in now to my Fortress, who instantly kills me with Flamethrower. I put in Haxorus for the revenge kill. Go for the Dragon, or Outrage, sorry. Take out Hydreigon right away. He switches into his Ferrothorn, and I'm just spamming Outrage. He uses Leech Seed. He used Stealth Rock. He uses Power Whip. He takes out Haxorus. And I have Gyarados in now, and I'm just using Earthquake again. He's just using Leech Seed and Power Whip, and I'm just frustrated with this guy now. So I put in Jolteon to finally take him out with a Thunderbolt. He's using Power Whip still. He puts in his Hitmonlee now and kills Jolteon. Of course, though, I have Psychic on my Celebi. Thank God. He misses with High Jump Kick, which doesn't hurt either, and the battle is over. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little montage of Wi-Fi battles. I did 7 battles in total, and I won 4 of them, lost 3 of them. 2 of my wins were pretty good wins, almost sweeps, but 2 of my losses were pretty bad losses, too. So, yeah, it's pretty good. I just basically wanted to test out my new team, and I wanted to record it to show you guys. Like I said, I made a few stupid mistakes. I'm not crazy familiar with the Gen 5 metagame. Anyway, if you guys, by the way, want to battle me in Pokemon Online or even Pokemon Lab, just go ahead and drop me an inbox or a comment right here, and I'll figure it out. We can have a battle, and I might record it and upload it. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe. Have a good time.